G'day jabronis, the Verd is back with you again, and this is a little mini thing just to get you up to speed. I've been really behind with my uploads, as I said, because I have been super busy with work, so I decided to cram in a bunch of replays for you here. And by cramming in a bunch of replays, I mean 2 replays here, and then a full-length recording of my round 7 battle, basically breaking it down. I'm going to show you my round 4 and round 5 matches on replay. Unfortunately, my round 6 turned out to be a bye, so I'm chilling here. We actually are up to round 8, so I'm just going to try and get you guys up to speed in the stuff. I'm not going to do my team builders for my week 4 and week 5 matches. I'm going to explain them in here, and then I will continue with normal uploadings with round 7 and round 8 coming up later in the week probably, but let's focus on the right now. So at this stage, your Tampa Bay Frogadiers are 1 and 2. With a differential currently of, I think, +2 after our 6-0 win over River. So now we moved on to the Portland City Blazerkins, which is coached by Z. Z had a pretty scary team, obviously, Charizard Y and all that. I brought a pretty cool team. I brought especially defensive Ampharos, physically defensive Colbury Reuniclus, Belly Drum Chesnaught, I think it was Tailglare Manaphy with HP Electric, which would have been sick, but I brought AV Snorlax, and I brought the Life Orb Clefable. So let's just roll into this battle. So he lit off for Serp, I lit off for Chesnaught. Decent matchup for me, which means he's actually going to switch here, as I'm going to pull switch into my Beanbag. Second turn, I get unlucky here. He's going to hit me with a Flamethrower, it's going to do absolutely pitiful damage, but I miss a Rock Slide, which would have OHKO'd his Charizard, so very disappointing. I'm going to predict Lucario this turn, though, on Fire from Earthquake, bringing it down to what was a Sash, which I found kind of surprising for Lucario. I'm going to go into my Flubber to be able to deal with this. He's going to go for Aura Sphere, does Diddly Squat. I'm going to be able to eat up this Dark Pulse because of my Colbury, not get flinched. Starshock takes out Lucario, one of the biggest threats to his team. He goes back out to Serp. I have an easy check to Serp in my Beanbag. So he's going to Solar Beam here, so that's kind of cool combining it with Charizard. But as you can see, I can't eat that. As Raikou comes in, I'm going to be able to fire off a Gunk Shot here and absolutely decimate this Raikou. But I don't want to take any risks. I have an easy switch in my Ampharos. It is a Choice Specs Raikou, so I'm going to Mega Evolve here, knowing that he's Choice Specs, eat up the second Aura Sphere, and fire off a Volt Switch here, weakening him very nicely, and being able to go straight into my Clefable, which is obviously Life Orb. This is going to stay in here, which I didn't expect. I go for Rocks though, because it was going to hurt everything on his team. Chooses now to go into Ditto, which I don't think was the best play, because I am, as I said, Life Orb Clefable, so I'm going to blow him so far back, and win a speed tile the next turn, because he wasn't running Choice Scarf. So that Ditto, which I thought was going to be a huge threat, turned out to be absolutely nothing. I'm going to choose to go into Ampharos here because I'm going to predict him to go for an electric move, as he does choose to go for Thunder. Even if he hit 2 Thunders, because of my special defense, I wouldn't be able to take 2. It was basically choosing Ampharos as a sack there so I can go into something else against the Raikou. He had to take some time to fix up something while I was asleep. I'm able to get the Rest Talk off here and get off a Volt Switch, so Charizard's going to go down, which is amazing. And at this point, Snorlax pretty much had the game won. I'm going to go straight into him. Serp's going to come in. I know if I hit a Gunk Shot here, Serp is going to go down. I absolutely swallow that Leaf Storm, and I connect with the Gunk Shot, so down goes Superior. Raikou will die to Rocks. I actually miscalced with Gyarados, and Earthquake had a chance to kill, but it live on 1, get off that Thunder Punch. Down goes Gyarados. Raikou then comes in and dies on Rocks. So your Tampa Bay Frogadiers, they're picking up back-to-back 6-0 wins, going to +8 on differential, currently 2 and 2. So after losing our first 2 battles in the Orange League, we are bouncing our way back up. Let's hop into the next battle. I think we're back. Are we back? I think we're back. Okay, cool. We are back here with the round 5 match. So currently we are 2 and 2, and we were going up against one of the 2 current unbeaten guys, which is J-Specs of the Hamden Hydreigons. Ryan was also unbeatable at this stage, or not unbeatable, he was unbeaten at this stage. Both of them were 4 and 0 going into week 5. Now, in order to catch up to Ryan, I was going to have to start winning some big time matches, as well as when I got my rematch against Ryan in round 7, I had to win that match to get a chance to claw back at him. But J-Specs was a big challenge. He has a very, very terrifying team. My basic plan for it was I brought defensive Clefable, I believe. I may have run the Kebia Berry, predicting the End Shell. I brought defensive Rocky Helmet Mandibuzz to counter the Beedrill I brought bulky Choppleberry Snorlax to curse set up and kind of like demolish the team if I needed to. I brought physically defensive Chesnaught with Rocky Helmet as well, with Spike stacking and stuff, because I knew I could just destroy that Donphan. I brought, I believe I brought Agility Mega Ampharos. I brought a really cool Ampharos set. And finishing off the team, I brought Emboar, which I believe was just a Life Orb kind of smash through everything set. So let's kick into this one. It was a good start for me, because he leads Donphan, I lead Ampharos. I can eat up an Earthquake. I can eat one up. I actually outspeed straight away. Boom! I get off a huge Dragon Pulse. Earthquake, as I said, has a chance to kill me. It doesn't. I kind of would have preferred if it did, but it's okay. He's going to go into Gardevoir. I'm going to fire for another Dragon Pulse. It was kind of a bad play on my part, but I didn't have anything better to do. He's going to Calm Mind here. I actually choose to Volt Switch, thinking I was going to die there to a Moonblast. But I can go straight into my Beanbag right now. I can definitely take this thing on quite easily. He knows that. He's going to go into his Mienshao, which I was completely taken back by. I knew I could Little High Jump Kick, but I decided to go into Clef because it's a smarter player, as I knew Rocky Helmet would hurt him. Unfortunately, he doesn't regenerate. I get Rocks up here, and then he actually stays in with Donphan. I win. I don't think it was a speed type, but I am able to kill it, and that was huge. Rocks were going to stay up for the rest of the battle if that Latios didn't have default. Beedrill's going to come in. I'm going to choose to sack off my Ampharos at this stage because honestly I don't need it for anything. He's going to actually SD, and that was terrifying. He hits Drill Run, so I die. Unfortunate, but I have a good switch in Mandy who can eat up any hit. He goes for U-turn, so he was U-turn and Drill Run as his only two attacking moves. Kind of crazy. But I was able to eat that hit up, and then I was able to go straight for the Foul Play, which is obviously nothing to a Suicune. But with the bulk I had on Mandibuzz, I was able to go for Fast Taunt to prevent the Suicune from maybe going for Calm Mind, but he actually chooses not to. And I realized I was in a position where this thing's going to try and Skull Burn me, I've got to do something about it. I actually get really lucky in this passage of play. The Suicune doesn't actually get a burn on me with Scald for a long time. It is only 30%, but it is a very broken move. So I was getting pretty fortunate. I decided not to taunt there, I decided to roost because I figured he wouldn't go for anything like crazy, as he still hasn't got the burn, which I was like, it was kind of unfortunate for him. Then again, it didn't really matter at that stage. It wasn't like changing the course of the battle at any point. I believe this is the turn that he gets the burn, as Scald goes off and does catch the burn. Like the people in the chat were like, oh, like, yes, finally, so deserved and all that jazz. I don't really care. I'm just going to choose to roost up again here, so I'm basically back at full health against things. I knew this thing was probably going to go for Calm Mind and all that jazz. I had Beanbag to easily deal with that. He actually goes into Mienshao, and this is where I know that I could let it hit, and I knew he'd predict Clefable. So he gets a poison, which is unfortunate, but I know that he was not going to go for High Jump Kick, so I can get off my return there and kill. So that was wicked. That was an awesome turn. I'm actually going to choose to rest here, because I know I can live any hit from the Latios, and that means I'm not poisoned anymore. So that was awesome. I know now that I can just go straight onto my Clefable, predicting Draco Meteor, which I do phenomenally. And now I can go straight for a Moonblast, I believe, because it was my safest play. Hits the Gardevoir, gets a special attack drop, which was amazing at that point, because I could just fire off another Moonblast. But he chooses to Healing Wish, and he actually chooses to Healing Wish his Beedrill up, which was kind of surprising. I knew I could take a hit, and for some reason he actually chooses here to go for the SD, because I didn't realize that he didn't have frickin' Poison Jab. He doesn't actually have it. So he fires off 2 Drill Runs. Rocky Helmet's going to come clutch there from John Cena to get a huge kill. That basically leaves Latios and Suicune, which means that my Life Orb Emboar can fire off a Sucker Punch to take out the Latios very nicely. And that means all that's left is a Suicune. Obviously doesn't have Wakan Berry, so I can just fire off a Wild Charge here because I outspeed. And that is going to wrap up a big 4-0 win for your Tampa Bay Frogadiers. So basically, from rounds 4 to 6, the Tampa Bay Frogadiers picked up a 6-0 win, a 4-0 win, and a 3-0 win. So basically, they gave us an extra 13 differential, so we were at plus 15, I believe, at this stage. About that, plus 15 at this stage of the competition, and we were currently chilling at 5-2, I believe. No, 5-2? No, we were 4-2. I get my maths wrong. So we were 4-2. We had clawed our way from 0-2 up to 4-2. We were cruising towards the wildcard spot in our competition, but we didn't want the wildcard spot, guys. We want to go ahead and beat Ryan. So Next time you see me, it'll be showing the team building video and then the battle for my match against Ryan for round 7 of the Orange League, which has happened, and then you will be fully caught up with everything Orange League, and then I'll be able to do more consistent uploads. It's just been really hard to upload, as you guys will understand, I'm sure. If you don't, tough shit. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching these quick recaps. Tampa Bay Frogadiers in the Orange League are currently 4-2 with a plus 15 differential, trying to catch up to Ryan, who was 6-0 at this stage, but we had him next. Hopefully we can catch up to him. Peace out, bros.